सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तन्न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः। देवाय तस्मै नमः। अर्जुन उवाच 73
अर्जुन उवाच
नष्टो मोहस्मृतिर्लब्धा
नष्टो मोहस्मृतिर्लब्ध्वा लब्धा
त्वत्प्रसादान्मयाच्युत
त्वत्प्रसादान्मयाच्युत
हितोऽस्मि गतसन्देहः
स्थितोऽस्मि गतसन्देहः
करिष्ये वचनं तव।
करिष्ये वचनं तव।
सञ्जय उवाच
सञ्जय उवाच
इत्यहं वासुदेवस्य
इत्यहं वासुदेवस्य
पार्थस्य च महात्मनः
पार्थस्य च महात्मनः
संवादमिममश्रौषम्
संवादमिमाश्रौषम्
अद्भुतं रोमहर्षणम्।
अद्भुतं रोमहर्षणम्.
Yeah, I think that's where we need to resume from 74. Yeah. So we saw Krishna's question in 72. Did I make myself clear? Not did you follow. These days we don't say did you follow, did you understand what I said. Did I make myself clear? Am I clear? Was I clear? That so put the blame on this speaker, And so that's what he asked. And then he says, Nashto mohaha. We saw that. So after that, nothing remains to be said. And so Sanjaya Uvacha.
Guruji, sorry, this translation given to 73, I didn't write.
Yes.
Given, okay.
Okay. So Sanjaya's time has come. Now you should not ask who is Sanjaya and all that, because initially itself you saw Sanjaya Vacha, Dhritarashtra Vacha and all was there. So Sanjaya and Dhritarashtra conversation was there. And so there is Krishna talking to Arjuna, then there is Sanjaya talking to Dhritarashtra, and there is Vyasa talking to Ganesha. Then that is there in one side, and then finally, if after all that is done, there is this the Sarpa Satra being done by your Arjuna's son, Abhimanyu's son, Parikshit, who died through a serpent bite, Takshaka, and then that Parikshit's son is Janamejaya. Janamejaya decides to kill all serpents because he's upset that his father was killed by a snake. And so he does this big yaga called Sarpasatra. And then there many sages are there and the yaga is going on. And then, when there is a break time, he is asking all the sages, He's asking the sages, tell me about the great people who lived. My great grandfather Arjuna was there. Tell me about the lives they led. So then there, uh, Vaishampayana tells the story, recalls the story that is there. Then much later there is Sauti, I think, telling the story to Shaunaka. Like that, there are some stories we hear. And so it's a kind of layered, inside Mahabharata layered. And Panchatantra and all layered. Ramayana layered. Whenever there is opportunity to tell stories, there's a story within a story within a story. And so anyway, Iti aham ashrausham, says Sanjaya. Ashrausham, I heard. Iti. This is what I heard. Aham ashrausham, I heard. Okay. And wait a minute, I thought Arjuna heard from Krishna, only he was there in the chariot, nobody else was there. But no, Sanjaya got that gift from Vyasa in Mahabharata. So during just before war, I think Vyasa visits. Vyasa is rare in the Mahabharata itself because this Shantanu is there. Shantanu married Satyavati. Satyavati had Vichitravirya. Okay, and then Satyavati married this one Ganga and got Bhishma. Satyavati extracted a vow, therefore Bhishma became a brahmachari. And then this Vichitravirya died away. He married two. He married Ambika Ambalika, but Ambika Ambalika. Okay, and then did not have children. Um, so there is something in the Shastram which says you can invoke a Mahatma's blessing and then have a child. Like that, there is a rule. And so Vyasa was called, and Vyasa blessed Ambika. And during that time, Ambika was scared and she closed her eyes. Therefore, Dhritarashtra blind was born. And then Ambalika was there, and Ambalika was somewhat panicked a little. And so this Pandu was born somewhat pale. They say some other some problem was there, they say. And so anyway, Dhritarashtra and Pandu are there. And then the war time came and Vyasa comes and offers Dhritarashtra, hey, you're blind, you can't see what's going on. I will give you Divya Chakshu. Dhritarashtra declined. He said, no, I'm afraid. I can't see what's going on. All right. So Sanjaya got that gift. So Sanjaya says, Aham Ashrausham. I could see everything that was going on. I could hear also, of course. And so not only Arjuna, but I am also blessed. I feel blessed, he says. And then Imam Samvad. What did I hear? Imam Samvad. This dialogue between the two of them. That's what he says here. Vasudevasya cha Parthasya cha. The dialogue between these two, Sri Krishna and Arjuna. Vasuhu. Vasuhu means Vasudevasya apathyam Vasudevaha. Vasuhu means Adhishthanam. The sustainer, the whole sustainer of the entire universe is Vasuhu. Satyam, Satya, Swarupam, and Devaha, consciousness. And so, Vasudevaha, Parthasya cha, Mahatmanaha. Conversation of Krishna and Arjuna. And Mahatmanaha is a singular, an adjective that can go with both Krishna and Arjuna. Krishna is a Mahatma. Why? Because he is also an A student of Sandipani. He also studied. Krishna, no joke. He had to go to Gurukulam and all. And so he was an A student, and so therefore he is a Mahatma. He is a Jnani. We don't have to doubt that. And Arjuna also is a Mahatma. Mahatmanaha Arjunasya cha Mahatmanaha Vasudevasya cha. Like that, you should read this. And why Arjuna is blessed? Because taught directly from Sri Krishna. Okay, we've heard it. We've heard it indirectly, but Arjuna was a unique person and who lived right here in this bhumi. And therefore, Adbhutam. For Adbhutam, he heard it directly. And this kind of conversation, and I heard it too, and like this opportunity nobody gets. And so it's a great wonder. And not like Ascharyavat Pashyati Kaschidenam, Ascharyavat Vadati Tathaiva Chanyah in the second chapter. That's a different kind of Ascharya. That is saying, I don't know what's going on. Ascharyam, it's still wonderful. Wow, like this language exists in this universe. I didn't know. So that is different type of Ascharyam. Here, Ascharyam is what we were mentioned just now. And so, and it's Adbhutam because the teaching is complete. Teaching is complete. It takes away the person from samsara. And Karma Yoga is there, Jnana Yoga is there. Jnanam, you are free is the Jnanam. If you don't understand that you are free, then Karma Yoga is there. That's it. Whatever you know, you bring under Karma Yoga and then get yourself ready to appreciate that you are free. That's it. And so, being complete, it is Adbhutam. And therefore, Roma Harshanam. So, my hair is standing on end, They say in English, horripilation, they say. And so, anyway, hair stands on end. So you sit on a cold day. You come to a room, and they've turned the air conditioner on high, and on top of that, a fan is blowing on you. That's it. So then, what happens? That the physical manifestation of that happens. And so there also, chapter 1, Arjuna said Roma Harshanam, correct? So Vepatuscha Sharire me Roma Harshascha Jayate. Gandivam Samsate Hastat. There, that guy is not afraid, but he is confused. He's anxious. I don't know what to do. I don't know, absolutely don't know what to do. That state of mind is there. That also creates horripilation. But this also, joy, great wonder, thrill, that also creates this kind of a physical response. And so, let's look at the shloka, translating it. Sanjaya said, thus I have heard this wonderful dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna. Thus, I have heard this wonderful dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna. Of great mind and heart. The word Mahatma is translated that way by Swami. Great mind and heart. And makes one's hair stand on end. And makes one's hair stand on end. Okay. Thus, I have heard this wonderful dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna, of great mind and heart, and makes one's hair stand on end. Full stop. All right, next shloka. 75. Vyasaprasadaat Shrutavan
Vyasaprasadaat Shrutavan
Etad Guhyamaham Param
Etat Guhyamaham Param
Yogam Yogeshwarat Krishnat
Yogam Yogeshwarat Krishnat
Sakshat Kathayata Swayam
Akshakta Kadayas Swayam Kadayat Swayam
Sakshat Kathayataha Swayam.
Sakshat Kadayata Swayam.
Yeah, that's right. So Sanjaya continuing, Aham Ashrosham, he said earlier, and he tells how I am Ashrosham, how I heard Vyasa Prasadat. And that story we know. Due to Vyasa's blessing, I heard earlier, 2 shlokas ago, Arjuna said Tvat Prasadat, Nashto Mohaha, Tvat Prasadat. So here Vyasa Prasadat, Sanjaya is saying, And Shankara says, Tataha Divya Chakshur Labhat. Vasya's blessing is there, then I gained the Divya Chakshuhu. And that's how all this I was able to be alive to what was going on. And then this Divya Chakshu is little different than Arjuna's. Than Arjuna's Divya Chakshu. He got Divya Chakshu in the 11th chapter. Okay, why is it different? Hey, that is because this Divya Chakshu should be able to see the Divya Chakshu of Arjuna also. Now that kind of Divya Chakshu it is. It's a little different. Etad Guhyam Param. This Param Guhyam, this greatest secret. And we have covered it enough times why it is secret, why it is Param Guhyam and all that. If I keep telling you again, I think many of you will get bored. So I'll skip that. And Savanayapi Bahubir Yona Labhyaha. Hey, this even after telling, people won't get it. That is why it's a great secret. Katopanishad, Shravanayapi Bahubir Yona Labhyaha. Ascharyo Vakta. There he says, Yamadharma Raja says, Ascharyo Vakta. Hey, to find somebody who can talk about it is an Ascharya. Correct? And then Ascharyo Vakta Kushalosya Labdha. Asya Labdha Kushala. That somebody comes to class and says, please teach me. Oh, this is another wonder. Somebody wants to know also. See, there may be people who know, but there must be people who want to know. Hey, that itself is another wonder. Then Ascharyo Jnata Kushala Nushishtaha. Ascharyo Jnata. And the one who comes to know. Okay, one who teaches but doesn't know also possible, but one who teaches and knows it very well, Ascharyo Jnata. For such a person also to find is a wonder. And somebody comes to class and says, I got it. That also is a wonder. Kushala Nushishtaha. So all this we've said, read in the Kathopanishad also. So Nayam etc. We've seen all that. And therefore, one needs initiative. One has to stand up and say, no, I have to know this thing. This subject is very related to me. It's a central part of my life. This gives me the answers to life's puzzles, and therefore I have to know it. And therefore, Yama said that. Yamaivesha vrinute tena labhyaha. Only the person who wants to know it, that to that person alone, Atma reveals itself. What a beautiful mantra it is. Tasyesha Atma vivrinute tanum swam. Anyway, all that we saw. That's why this is Paramam Guhyam Etat. And so Swamiji says, I've gone to give talks in many places, and people drive from many places far away. They come, people drive long distances to come, and they come to know I'm there, I'm coming here, like that. And we find that everybody has traveled from far away and all that. What about locals? People who don't live around this house, this this thing, nobody lives or what? No, people who are living around, they don't seem to be interested. And like the people who are living on the banks of Ganga rarely take bath in Ganga, like that Swamiji was saying. So that's not uncommon. All right. So then, yogam. What is it? Yoga. Paramam guhyam yoga. Why he is using the word yogam? Because Krishna used the word yogam. Imam vivasvate yogam proktavan aham abhyayam. 4.1. Okay. And of course, karma yoga, jnana yoga, everything. It's complete teaching. Yogam, shrutavan, aham ashrosham. And Krishnat. From Krishna, of course. And then I heard this from Krishna. Who is what? Who is Yogeshwara? Who is the Ishvara of the yoga? Who is the originator of this yoga? Because Ahamaiva Vivaswan, like that he said. And then not only that, not only he's the creator of this teaching, he's the one who told the world how this samsara can be permanently removed. but also he's the one who has to be understood through that same yoga. The subject matter of the yoga also is Krishna. The teacher of the yoga is Krishna. The initiator of the yoga is Krishna. How is the subject matter also Krishna? Hey, come on. Vedaischa sarvairahameva vedyaha. Chapter 15. Vedanta krit vedavideva chaham. Hey, Vedaischa sarvairahameva vedyaha. Ahameva vedyaha. I am the one who is to be understood through the Vedas. Like that he has said. And so, yoga. Yogam Krishnat Yogeshwarat. So what did I say? Yogeshwara can have two meanings. All right. Sakshat. Sakshat Krishnat. See, this teaching, parampara is how this teaching happens to us, right? Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Paramparam. Guru Parampara. This is how it is. So Shiva's teaching, by the time it has come all the way here to me, it got diluted. Because the knowledge will get diluted. That's why we start the class with a prayer. That's why the people who teach have to do tapas. Really, I'm telling you, they have to really work hard if they are really committed to this. And if they simply say, no, I want to make a name and all that, won't work. Immediately, Saraswati will say, I'm going to walk away from here. Really, I'm telling you. So, therefore, paramparaya eva. Shrutam. But here, Sakshat Shrutam. Sakshat. I heard Krishna talking. You people are all going to study later and books will be printed. But I heard it from Krishna directly. Okay, Sakshat. And then Narayanam Padma Bhuvam Vasishtam Shaktim Chatat Putra Parasharancha. Look at the parampara starting from Narayan. व्यासं शुकं गौडपदं महान्तं गोविन्द योगीन्द्रमथास्य शिष्यं श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमथास्य पद्मपादं च हस्तामलकं च शिष्यं तं तोटकं वार्तिककारमन्याम् अस्मद्गुरून् सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि. That's another nice shloka that we can memorize. And of course, imam vivasvate yogam proktavan ahamam vivasvan manave praha, etc. There is another parampara. So that's how it works. Because Krishna can't be everywhere. And therefore, that's why ashrams are there, mathas are there, where people spend their lives studying this. And Bhagavad Gita is just one text, but then you need Chakracharya, you need Anandagiri Tika, you need Gopala Yatindra Tika, you need Madhusudana Saraswati Tika. So many Tikas are there. Yesterday I was talking to Swami Vishwatmananda. I asked him, Swamiji, what are you teaching now? You know what he said? He said, I'm now teaching Ekadashopanishad. That means there is a book which has 11 Upanishads in it. And then we are looking at 5 tikas of each Upanishad. Bhashyam is there plus 5 tikas. Now, the students are all advanced students. So, basics are all won't be covered. So, they will just be reading and then discussing the meaning. Reading, meaning, reading, meaning. And so, that's how it will work. And so, 5 tikas. And some tika I have not even heard of. Like that he was telling. And so that's the power of this vidya. And so there are people who will be doing that. Katayataha swayam. Otherwise, what happens if the tradition is not there? What happens? Then people will start saying silly things like you don't need to know Sanskrit. Shankaracharya, you don't need to know Bhashyam, this, that, etc. Okay, at least the teacher must study Bhashyam. Minimum. You know what? If you go to Rishi Kailash Ashram and all that, they will kick you out if you talk like this. And Panini Pade, Panini, you should not say what is Panini and all, don't say. At least you lie there. Yeah, Panini, I'm so impressed by Panini. I also want to learn. At least say something like that. Otherwise, it's an insult to them. So they should not curse us, And so anyway, there's so much going on here. Kathayataha swayam. Swayam kathayataha. Krishna swayam talked. No, this, what do they call? Shorthand, person, translator, all these things not there. Swayam kathayataha. Kathayataha. Shashti ekavachanam. And so, from Krishna, who was teaching this to Arjuna, there is a meaning there. And so, not that Krishna was playing flute and then saying, Listen, Arjuna, sit down quietly. You sit in a nice asanam. I'll teach you how to sit. And then you listen to this music, close your eyes, and then you will get it. You will get the answers to all your problems. Krishna doesn't say all that. So, not from Bansi Bajane Wala, not from Govardhan Giridhari, not from Makkan Churane Wala, not from Gauva Charane Wala, nothing. Gita Sunane Wala Krishna, that is whom, that was there. And he doesn't say, wash my legs, you will be blessed and all that. Nothing. No, no masala. Everything is pure teaching. And so, and of course, Arjuna said, Shishyaste ham shadimam pam prapannam. Krishna was not looking for a student. Arjuna made Krishna the teacher, correct? And so, that's how this is. So, let's look at the translation. By the grace of Vyasa, I have listened to this secret and ultimate yoga. This secret and ultimate yoga from Krishna, comma, the Lord of Yoga, comma, directly teaching it himself. It within brackets, directly teaching it himself. So repeating, by the grace of Vyasa, I have listened to this secret and ultimate yoga from Krishna, the Lord of Yoga, directly teaching it. All right, number 76. Rajan samsmritya samsmritya
राजन् संस्कृत्य संस्कृत्य
samsmritya samsmritya
संस्- संस्कृत्य संस्मृत्य संस्मृत्य संस्मृत्य
संवादमिममद्भुतम्
संवादमिममद्भुतम्
केशवार्जुनयोः पुण्यम्
केशवार्जुनयोः पुण्यम्
हृष्यामि च मुहुर्मुहुः.
हृष्यामि च मुहुर्मुहुः धन्यवाद
Hey Rajan, Sanjaya is addressing Dhritarashtra. Hey Rajan. Yes, Raja. There is no Raja is Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachana. Nakaranta Pullingam Rajan Shabdaha. Anyway, Samsmritya Samsmritya. To remember here. Smriti, remembrance. So, Samsmritya Samsmritya Samvadam Imam Adbhutam Punyam. Also, you must add there. So, I'm recalling because now the scene is over. The teaching is over. Now they're probably talking about the next steps. Idam Karishya Vachanam. And so now it's only Sanjaya and just a brief interlude. The war also Sanjaya is going to report to Dhritarashtra, but brief interlude here. Idam I'm recalling, I'm able to recall everything from chapter 1 onwards. I'm able to recall everything. And chapter 2, chapter 3, Sankhya Yoga is there, and I can recall. I have a memory, so I can recall everything. And so I keep recalling, and I'm amazed. Samsmritya, Samsmritya. Recalling what? Idam Samvadam, or rather Imam Samvadam. This dialogue, this dialogue. And Keshava Arjuna Yoho Samvadam. Okay, dialogue between Sri Krishna and Arjuna. Adbhutam, obviously, this wonderful, wondrous dialogue. And it's punyam also. Punyam, sacred. It's a sacred dialogue. And Hrishyami cha muhuhu muhuhu. The muhuhu muhuhu means punaha punaha, again and again. So every time I think of it, I become thrilled and excited. Every time I recall it, like like when we go to movies and all those days, and then class, as soon as the class is over, immediately we turn around and talk about the newly released movie and how it was, and Amitabh Bachchan did this and this, that. That is what we'll talk. Arey, that scene was too good, yeah. That scene was too good. So like that we keep talking. And so and so muhuhu muhuhu. And some people say, I saw this movie 4 times. I used to wonder, 4 times you saw this movie? One time seeing itself to get permission from mother and father, it was so difficult. You saw 4 times. I used to be amazed by such people. But yeah, some movies are so good that you can see any number of times. And so, or here again and again, as I recall, I am just thrilled. I am awestruck. Okay, and so movie example we should not give. We should give examples like we went to Vaishno Devi, we went to Ayodhya. Many people are now saying they went to Ayodhya or Rameshwaram or Kaladi. Suppose we have a camp. Swamiji has a camp in Kaladi, 1 week camp. And Chakrabhashyam also. My God, and then you're thrilling it is. Thrilling it is. You come back and say, we did this for a week. At Shankaracharya's hometown itself, we studied what Shankaracharya talked about like that. We could say. So let's look at the translation. O king, repeatedly recalling this wondrous, auspicious dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna, which is Swamiji's translation. Repeatedly recalling this wondrous, auspicious dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna. You can add wondrous and auspicious if you want. I rejoice again and again. I rejoice again and again. Repeatedly recalling this wondrous and auspicious dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna, I rejoice again and again. Next shloka, 77. Taccha samsmritya samsmritya
Tacha samsmritya samsmritya
Rupam atyadbhutam harehe
Rupam atyadbhutam harehe
Vismayo me mahan rajan
Vismayo me mahan rajan
Krishyami cha punah punaha.
Krishyami cha punah punaha.
Punah punaha. Again, Sanjay is saying. So that's it was so. Sanjay understood everything. Otherwise, it won't be thrilling. It'll be boring. It'll be boring, right? You hear something and you don't understand anything, it's going to be boring. And I was waiting for the movie to get over like that, we will say. But this is the opposite. Shamicha punah punah. I feel like listening again. So he's recalling it. Sanjay had that capacity. And so he's saying, Tat cha samsmritya samsmritya. That, that sammadam, samsmritya samsmritya. Again recalling, again and again. And so here what is happening? Here, sometimes they ask, hey, this is the best scene of the movie, they say. What is the best scene you liked? or what portion, whose acting was best, something like that they ask, So that portion, not the entire movie, some portion of the movie. Like that, Sanjay is now answering a question like that. Which part of this dialogue, Samvadam, you liked most? You know what he's going to say? Samsmritya Rupam Atyadbhutam Harehe. Harehe Atyadbhutam Rupam. Okay, not this feather, this peacock feather head, not that Rupam, not Pitambara Rupam and flute playing and all. No, 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 not Parthasarathi Rupam, not that also. Vishwarupam, Vishwarupam. That form which, that the 11th chapter, where he demonstrated that all forms are Ishvara. That is why everything is sacred. And that is not simply just for respect you say that. No, that is Satyam. That is Satyam. And that's the message of this Bhagavad Gita also. That Satyam is all pervasive. Everything that you see and call different is then Nana. Nana is this word in Sanskrit. Nana means different. Yaha Nana iva pashyati. That person will not get free from this transmigration. Like that Upanishad says. So, and Krishna showed that everything is He. And that is the Atyadbhutam Rupam. Previously he said Adbhutam. Adbhutam Samvadam. But this Rupam he says Atyadbhutam. Even greater, even more wonderful. Rupam, form. Whose Rupam? Harehe Rupam. Vishnoho Rupam. Krishnasya Rupam. And there is no longer Krishna, because Krishna means this form, this avatar. But there, Vishnoho Rupam. And Me Mahan Vismayaha. Me, my Mahan Vismayaha. Vismayaha means just awestruck. I was dumbstruck. I was bewildered. Vismayaha. Okay, I have no words to explain this. I have no words to explain it. It is Vismaya. And therefore, and then Mahan Vismayaha is adding another adjective. Mahan Vismayaha. Mahan Ascharyaha. So we also experience things like that. You see a rainbow itself, it's enough. You just go breathless. And you see a child, a small child, 3-year-old child, chanting all the Panini Sutras. And then he's chanting Panini. Panini itself, I don't know. Panini Sutras, this child is chanting. And then Vriddhiradai Charmos, gada gada gada, it's coming, coming, coming. She's going page after page, she's chanting. The small child, I won't say 3 years old, because when I saw the video, she looked even younger than that. And then the child is sleeping like this, dozing off. The father said, Uto, 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 get up. And then continues to chant. That's look at something like this. It's such a wonder. You wonder, my God, what is this? And so, what to talk of Vishwarupa and this Bhagavad Gita and all that. So, Mahan Vismayaha, He Rajan, He Rajan, Hrishyami cha punah punaha. Once again, I delight in this. I am rejoicing this, and I can't get away from this. That's how beautiful this was. That's how great it was. Like that, he says. All right, let's look at the translation. Further, repeatedly recalling, that most wondrous form, of the Lord Hari, comma, I have great amazement, O King. Okay? And I rejoice again and again. further repeatedly recalling that most wondrous form of the Lord Hari. I have great amazement, O king, and I rejoice again and again. Okay. All right. Shloka number 78. Yatra yogeshwarah Krishnaha
यत्र योगेश्वरः कृष्णः
yatra partho dhanurdharaha
यत्र पार्थो धनुर्धरः
tatra shrirvijayo bhutihi
तत्र श्रीर्विजयो भूतिः
dhruva nitirmatirmama.
ध्रुवा नीतिर्मतिर्मम
Again, yatra yogeshwarah Krishnaha
यत्र योगेश्वरः कृष्णः
yatra partho dhanurdharaha
यत्र पार्थो धनुर्धरः
tatra shrirvijayo bhutihi
तत्र श्रीर्विजयो भूतिः
dhruva nitirmatirmama.
ध्रुवा नीतिर्मतिर्मम
Yeah,
Guru, this is also in Vishnu Sahasranama.
okay, it's in Vishnu Sahasranamam. Popular shloka. So now Sanjaya is concluding. This is the last shloka. He's saying, Yatra Yogeshwaraha Krishnaha Bhavati. You can add the word Bhavati also. Where this Krishna, who is Yogeshwara, as I've told you before, here Dhritarashtra, Yatra Krishnaha, Yogeshwara Krishna, one where Krishna is there. Okay? And so Krishna is there, and where Partha is there. What kind of Partha? What kind of Arjuna? Dhanurdharaha Partha. The one who is holding the bow, Gandiva. Acharya says, Gandiva Dhanma, like that he says. So that Arjuna who is holding that Gandiva, when both are there, then he's going to say there's going to be Niti and all that. But then you have to ask the question, wait a minute, only Arjuna is there and Krishna is there, then only there is justice, there is prosperity and this and that. And that is very odd because Krishna is not there now. Arjuna is not there now. They're all gone. You can say Krishna is always there. That's also okay. But Arjuna is not there. So you can't take it literally. You have to take the essence of what he's saying. Hey, where there is a Dhanurdhara, the guy who's ready to do what is to be done, one who follows dharma, one who's crystal clear about ashramas, and I am a grihastha, so I have no right to run away from my duty. And neither a sannyasi runs away from duty. Sannyasi is given relief from all duties. He's not running away either. Nobody runs away from duty. That person is Dhanurdharaha. Correct? One is ready to do. When people are ready to do what is to be done, then automatically Niti and all will come. Everything will be clear. Life will be very simple. And so Dhanurdharaha is there. But then that is not enough. That is not enough because anxiety will be there and pressure will be there. Pain will be there. Conflict can be there. And so what do you need? Krishna also is needed there. So that what are the three things required for success? Prayatna, one's own effort is required, minimum. And then kala. Prayatnam, kalaha means time. Things won't happen just like that. You have to wait it out. Patience. That's why they say patience and effort. One more is needed because there is the unknown factor. In anything, there is the unknown factor. Unknown factor is Deva. Deva is the unknown factor. And that Deva is what our Sanjaya is telling. Deva is needed, Krishna is needed. Krishna is needed. That Deva Buddhi is needed, Prasada Buddhi is needed. Unknown. Unknown can knock us down anytime. Just have a glass of water is enough. And one can choke and go away. Go away from this world. So anything is possible. And so, therefore, he's saying, Dhanurdhara, and that is the meaning of Dhanurdhara there. So that's the difference. And Krishna is the one who makes the difference between success and failure. Because Krishna asked Duryodhana first, who do you want? Do you want my army or do you want me? If you want me, then army has to go to Arjuna. If you want army, I won't come. I'll go with Arjuna. That's what he said. Duryodhana was crystal clear. And Duryodhana was just thanking his stars. I don't know who his Devata and all was, but he was must be thanking his stars. Said, my God, not only I am the one Krishna is asking first, on top, and he's giving me full freedom. And Krishna had a large army also. And he must be thanking. If at all he was thanking Sri Krishna, this is the only time. I can't think of any other time. I can't think of. And so, and that kind of Dhritarashtra, right? I mean, Duryodhana did not want Krishna. And so, here he is saying it. So that's why when we control outcomes, we want to control outcomes. We want things to happen the way we want it to happen. That's how the natural tendency is. And but then real control comes when you bring Ishvara in, Prasada Buddhi is there, then you can say, no, everything is going fine. Only then you can really say everything is going fine. Why? Because, hey, according to the Niyama, things are happening. All my desires are not getting fulfilled. No, but that is not the definition of fine. If that is the definition of fine, I will never be fine. Correct? I'll never be fine. And so that's why a Karma Yogi can never say, I failed. Never say. Prarabdha is unfolding. Everything is happening. I am putting in all my effort. I am guilt free. I am hurt free. I am conflict free. Only Karma Yogi can say that. And so that's why Krishna said earlier, Yat sthanam prapyate, Yat sankyam prapyate sthanam tad yogairapi gamyate. Like that he had said long ago. Hey, Karma Yoga is not ordinary. And so what Sankhya can give, Jnana can give, Karma Yoga itself will give. To a large extent, it will give. Just a little bit Jnanam is remaining. That's very easy. Jnanam is easy. Karma Yoga is difficult. Okay. So therefore, he said that. And then Swalpam apyasya dharmasya trayato mahato bayat. Second chapter, somewhere it comes. Hey, little bit. Swalpam api dharmasya. This dharma that I'm teaching, this yoga I'm teaching, even if you get a little bit of grasp of it, that's it. Mahato bhayat trayate. He said all that before. And so here also, yatra partho dhanurtaraha. The person who's ready in a life to do what is to be done. What happens? Tatra shrihi bhavati. You can add tatra shrihi. Shrihi means in general wealth. Whatever is needed. In general wealth. All types of wealth. And vijayaha. Victory. Victory is there. That means what? See, yatra Krishnaha yatra parthaha tatra shrihi vijaya means what? Vijaya. In this context, vijaya is important for the war, right? And that means what? Yatra Krishnaha nasti. Other party in your, hey Rajan, your people are all Dhanurtaras also. Dhanurtaraha santi tatra. But Krishnaha nasti. In you also, you rejected Krishna's advice constantly. And so, Krishna nasti, yatra Krishna nasti, vijayaha na bhavati must be read. So, without telling, Sanjaya is telling. Telling what? The outcome of the war. Outcome of the war, he's saying. And don't have, instead of saying, don't you give up your hope right now that your children are going to come back home. But instead of telling that, he's telling this. And so, Vijayaha bhutihi. Bhutihi. Shankaracharya says, Shriyaha Visheshaha Vistaraha Bhutihi. Okay, Visheshaha Vistaraha Shriya. Shriya means what? Shriya means of Lakshmi. Lakshmiyaha. Shri is Lakshmi, you know. So Lakshmiyaha Visheshaha Vistaraha Bhutihi. All the manifestations of Lakshmi, wealth, Ashtalakshmi. Now we have Ashtalakshmi temple. So Dhana Lakshmi, Dhanya Lakshmi, okay, Santana Lakshmi, etc. And Jnana Lakshmi, like this, they have Ashtalakshmi. So all that is called Bhuti. Everything is needed. One alone is not enough. And one lot of one, but nothing of the other is of no use, So therefore, that is what is Bhutihi. Shankaracharya helps us. So all wealth, material wealth is needed, spiritual wealth is needed. Before spiritual wealth, moral wealth is needed, character. So all these things are Bhutihi. Dhruva Nitihi. Nitihi, justice. Justice will be there. Justice, obviously, everybody is doing the right thing. That's justice. The judge also should do the right thing. The citizen also should do the right thing. And he says that justice will be there where Krishna is there and people are like Arjuna. Nitihi is Dhruva. Dhruva means certain, definite, guaranteed, 100% guaranteed. Dhruva, certain, permanent. Permanent. As long as this condition is fulfilled, then Niti is given to you. Justice is certain. This is Mama Matihi. This is my considered view. This is my vision. This is my learning. This is my view. Because he didn't want to anger Dhritarashtra, saying as though I don't know. You can say, as though I don't know. Yeah, our conversations are interesting, as though I don't know. So, don't know. This is just my view, that's all. I'm not saying you don't know. You may know this. If you know it, I'm sorry for repeating it, but I have to share my view with you, that's all. And because there earlier he said, first shloka, Mamaka Pandavas Chaiva Kimakurvata Sanjaya. Mamaka Pandavas Chaiva. What a sorry statement it is. Pandu left this universe telling you to take care of my children like your children. And now you are saying Mamaka Pandavas Chaiva. How much more conflict can a person have? At least you should lie. And even that you couldn't. So, anyway, so this is the shloka here. Let's look at the meaning. I hope I explained every word here. Niti, Matir, Mama. Yeah. So, yatra, tatra. Yatra, where? Tatra, there. Wherever there is Krishna, the Lord of Yoga, wherever there is Krishna, the Lord of Yoga, and wherever there is Arjuna, comma, the one who bears the bow or wields the bow, the one who wields the bow. Wherever there is Arjuna, the one who wields the bow, comma, there, T-H-E-R-E, there, wealth, victory, prosperity, and definite justice. And definite justice are present. Full stop. This is my conclusion. Okay, let's repeat that. Wherever there is Krishna, the Lord of Yoga, and wherever there is Arjuna, the one who wields the bow, there wealth, victory, prosperity, and definite justice are present. Full stop. This is my conclusion. Next, concluding portions. Whoever is next. Or you can chant along with me. Iti Srimad Bhagavad Gitasu
इति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु
Upanishatsu
उपनिषत्सु
Brahma Vidyayam
ब्रह्मविद्यायां
Yoga Shastre
योगशास्त्रे
Sri Krishnarjuna Samvade
श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे
Moksha Sannyasa Yogo Nama
मोक्षसन्न्यासयोगो नाम
Ashtadashodhyayah.
अष्टादशोऽध्यायः।
Om Tat Sat. Om is all there is, and that is Satyam. That is the truth. And so, in this dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna, which happened in this Bhagavad Gita, which has the message of the Upanishads, and that message being Brahma Vidya and Yoga Shastra, this particular topic called Moksha Sannyasa Yoga, Moksha Sannyasa, means moksha through renunciation of all activities, not by giving up activities, by actually taking on the bow and doing activities. That is how you get moksha, ironically. And so, then what do you mean by giving up activities? Hey, giving up kartrutvam. Why should I give up kartrutvam? Because you really don't have kartrutvam. Kartrutvam is superimposed. You have superimposed on yourself like that. That is the topic here. And that is the 18th chapter. Next, we will chant the concluding Vashyam statement. You may not have it. Just I will say it. Okay. Or one of you can, next one can unmute yourself. We can chant this. Yeah, Rukmini ji. Iti
इति
Srimad Paramahamsa
श्रीमत्परमहंस
Parivrajagacharya
परित्यागाचार्य
Parivrajaga
परिव्राजक
Acharya
आचार्य
Govinda
गोविंद
Bhagavat
भगवत
Pujyapada
पूज्यपाद
Shishya
शिष्य
Srimate
श्रीमत
Acharya
आचार्य
Shankara Bhagavataha
शंकर भगवतः
Kritau
कृतौ
Srimad Bhagavad Gita Bhashye
श्रीमद् भगवत गीता भाष्ये
Moksha Sannyasa Yogo Nama
मोक्ष संन्यास योगो नाम
Ashtadashodhyayah.
अष्टादशोऽध्यायः।
So this is the conclusion of Shankara's Bhashyam of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Since we have been indirectly following it, not directly studying it. And so we are saying the conclusion, which is that we are concluding the Srimad Bhagavad Gita Bhashyam Kritav, which was written by who? Shankara Bhagavan, Shankara Bhagavataha Kritav, right? And then Srimat, who is Sri, who is gifted with Sri. And then who is he? Who is Shankaracharya? Shishya. Shishya is a student. Student of what? Bhagavat Pujya Pada Shishya. The one whose feet are worshipful. Okay. And who is Bhagavan Sakshat? And what's his name? Govinda. Govinda. Govinda Padacharya. We say that. So that Govinda Acharya. And who is he? Who is also an Acharya? What kind of Acharya? Parivrajaka Acharya. Who is moving around, who doesn't have a home, who is moving around and teaching people. Parivrajaka Acharya. Iti Srimad Paramahamsa. He's a Paramahamsa Acharya. All right. So that concludes the Bhashyam. And now the next, we'll chant the first shloka of the Bhagavad Gita. Yeah. Ramuji is not the next one after Ramuji. Yeah. Prasanna, go ahead. Dhritarashtra Uvacha
धृतराष्ट्र उवाच
Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre.
धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे.
So this is the first shloka of the first chapter. Okay. So Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre
धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे
Samaveta Yuyutsavaha
समवेतायुयुत्सवः
Mamakaः Pandavaschaiva
मामका पाण्डवाश्चैव
Kimakurvata Sanjaya.
किमकुर्वत सञ्जय.
Again, Dhritarashtra Uvacha
धृतराष्ट्र उवाच
Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre
धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे
Samaveta
समवेतायुयुत्सवः
Mamakaः Pandavaschaiva
मामकाः पाण्डवाश्चैव
Kimakurvata Sanjaya.
किमकुर्वत सञ्जय.
Yeah. So, being a long text, generally this tradition is followed, where we complete the text and then come back to the first shloka because this teaching is nityam, and we are going to come back to it again, or we are going to teach it again to somebody, and or we are going to study another text which also has the same message, and so that continuity is indicated by chanting the first shloka of the grantha, where this whole thing started by Dhritarashtra. He was the initiator of this. He was a nimittam. And so Dhritarashtra said, "Hey Sanjaya, Sanjaya, hey, kimakurvata? What are they doing? What did they do? Who? Mamakaha Pandavas Chaiva. My people and Pandavas. My people and Pandavas. What are they doing? What did they do? And who are they? Yuyutsavaha. Yuyutsavaha. They are desirous of fighting. And that also he said, Samavetaha. They are gathered. Where are they gathered? Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre. They're gathered in Kurukshetra. That whole Kshetra is called Kurukshetra, and Kuru dynasty. And so, and it is also Dharmakshetre. It is a Kshetra where Dharma is Ishvara. Ramaha Vigrahavan Dharmaha. That is the Kshetra. Dharma itself is Ishvara. You don't have to look for God. Where is God? Question doesn't arise at all in this Kshetra. That Kshetra is called Dharma Kshetra. So, with that, we conclude the Bhagavad Gita. And I feel, this Roma Harshanam is there, no? That Roma Harshanam is there for me also, because this blessing was given to me to even recall the teachings and to continue our teaching, our study. This many years they took, and I hope it was properly done. I hope I was able to do some justice to it, and I feel I have done justice. And it was taught the way that I heard Swamiji teaching it. And of course, Bhashyam was also there. Swamiji taught me Bhashyam too. And so, but we were following the Bhashyam to a large extent without me telling that it is from the Bhashyam, etc. And so, that way I feel very happy. And we pray that we continue our study in a similar way. and that Bhagavan Sri Krishna give us more opportunities. So with that, I conclude. And what we'll do is next class, we will do the summary of the 18th chapter. And then after that, if we have time that class, it's all right. But next class, the class after that, that is, I'd like to hear feedback from you, comments, and any of you who wants to share experiences, please do. Okay. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.